Hello and welcome to Eplog Properties YouTube channel. So, today in my podcast, we have a special guest who is a founder and CEO of Eplog Properties. Saliq, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Waqas. I'm really excited and also nervous as well because this is my first ever podcast.
That was interesting, Saliq. Now, tell me about Eplog. How this Eplog word came? From where does you get this idea of Eplog? And then also tell me about Eplog Properties.
Thank you, Waqas. Thank you for the invitation. As I said, I'm excited. My name is Saliq Zahoor. By profession, I am a construction engineer.
Okay.
And I have been in Dubai in construction and real estate industry for the past 11 years.
Right.
I have been involved in construction, in development, and in real estate brokerage during those years. And 2.5 years ago, I decided to open my own company, which is Eplog Properties. Being working as an agent and as the founder of this business, I'm also a partner in a construction company where we acquire properties or we work with investors who are planning to buy properties to upgrade them and sell them, or also they buy a piece of land and then we help them to develop it and then sell it. So that's all about me in a nutshell.
Okay. And what is Eplog? And what is where the idea came from? Can you explain to our viewers about this?
The word eplog, if you look in any dictionary, you won't find the word. It's not there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So basically, the word has a long history. So in 2016-17, I decided to open my own construction company, and I was contemplating about giving it a name because when it's your first ever business that you want to open, you're always excited about giving it a name because you are thinking the name in the moment, but you are envisioning a future, a vision. So you think that, okay, if I give the name now, how this name will look like in future. So I was giving it a lot of thought. And at that time, I was going through a course from a self-development coach. And he was talking about this philosophy from a Greek philosopher about ethos, pathos, and logos.
Sure.
And when I understood that philosophy and I started to understand about business, that how transaction works, in my opinion, a transaction works in a way where first you have to understand the problem of the prospective client.
Right.
And the client must trust you as well, because if there is no trust, he will not even open up about the conversation, about the problem. And then you give a solution to the client, which is the logical part of the conversation or the solution. So empathy,
Right.
E, trust,
Okay.
and then logic. So these were the three words. And then I started playing with them to, merge them, amalgamate them, and give it a word that sound nice, that can rhyme as well. And then subsequently, I ended up at the word eplog, E-P-L-O-G. E for ethos, P for pathos, and L-O-G for logic. So that's actually the whole idea behind the word. So unfortunately, I never started my own construction company. I then become partnered in someone else's company, but the word stayed with me.
Right.
So when I decided to open the real estate company, it was like a split-second decision. That's the name, Eplog Properties. Yeah, we decided whether we are going for Eplog Real Estate or Properties or Realty, but subsequently Eplog Properties, it rhymes better, and that's how we gave the name. And that's the philosophy behind the name. It has a real meaning.
So that's Eplog.
That's Eplog, actually.
Amazing, Saliq. Now tell me that how you can differentiate your company with the other 10,000 or more than 10,000 companies in the market, real estate market.
Well, as a real estate company, what differentiates us is first our experience, me and my partner.
Right.
So she has been in the industry for last 1.5 decades, and she has been lucky enough to transact from on the very small side as a studio all the way up to selling buildings and big plots. So that's the experience of my partner. Then about you are taking care of our technology side, which also I'm proud of actually. And I'm very happy that you are with us because you are actually taking care of a part which I'm not that pro in. And when it comes to me, as I said, because of my exposure in that certain industry, because no one can talk about real estate without talking about construction.
That's true.
So it's like an interlinked industries. So the exposure that I have in that industry, I remember the saying from the book of Charlie Munger, the partner of Warren Buffett. He says that the reason I read a lot is it gives me more perspectives. So if imagine like an agent that you're dealing with or a company that you're dealing with have more than one perspective on a deal. They can review the deal not only from a broker perspective, but from financial perspective and from technical perspective. So you're actually adding more value. And when it comes to a business, any business which is successful, it actually adds more value. So what we strive to do as a business is how much additional value we can give to our client. And I'm sure that out of registered and non-registered 50,000 agents, maybe 5% have this exposure. And those who have this exposure, they actually are brokers, but because of the experience, they have learned these things. So this is what that makes us unique, and this is what that makes us different from the other brokers.
So now tell me, like now I understand that the differential between you and other real estate companies, but as a company or as an individual, what value you can add to the client? What client will get from you guys?
So it's a generic question, but I would like divide into few categories to answer it more clearly for the clarification of audience. If a client comes as a standard client who just want to transact to buy a piece of property, whether it's an apartment, it's a villa, it's a ready property, it's a very standard approach. You understand the client. You understand his cash flow, if he's a ready buyer or an off-plan buyer, primary or secondary, and then you advise him accordingly based on the experience. And then you also take him to certain areas based on his exit strategy, based on his cash flow strategy, based on his financials, based on his family expansion, etc. That's a standard transaction. But then comes the key part, which is what we are unique about, is what if someone comes to us and he wants to buy a piece of land and develop it? We not only have the exposure, we have the experience and relation with the partners. For example, if a person comes to us and wants to develop a building, I give an example. We can partner with big consultants to do the feasibility study with them. And then we can give them our opinion based on, okay, this is what you're designing. This is the financials. This is the cash flow. This should be the unit matrix. And that should be the selling plan. So these are the things that we add to the client who are specifically looking to develop on the build to develop to sell or build to develop to lease model. On the third side of the spectrum is the private developers, the small private developers. When I say small private developers, I'm just talking about villa developers.
Okay.
Because I love villas. Yeah. So villa developers, what we can add to them is, again, based on the community, we can shortlist the plot. Right. If a developer or a contractor developer comes to us and tells us that, oh, I have X amount of liquidity. In fact, at this point while I'm speaking to you, we are currently studying 3 plots with the developer. The total portfolio is around 100 million. So we are currently studying those 3 plots, and we are looking at the neighborhood. We're looking at the location, the timelines. How shall we position those 3 plots in the market? Shall we like ready the villas at one go, or we go in stages based on the cash flow? So this is the value that we can add to our clients. And I'm sure this is unique. This is added value.
True. Yeah. I haven't seen this thing in the market like this.
So this is what makes us special. And this is the extra value that we can add. Apart from offering a standard brokerage service, apart from talking about the street language of real estate, apart from talking about the institutional language of real estate, this is something that we actually can come in and add value, not through only our experience, but the partners we have. When I say partners, it starts from feasibility studying consultants. It goes to architects and designers. It then goes to project managers. It then goes to consultants. It then goes to regulatory bodies, and then it goes to contractors, then suppliers. Right. So these are all the people that we have worked with them over the period of years. So if a client comes to us and works with us, we actually can provide him these many services in this package.
What do you see a demand and supply situation in Dubai?
If we look at the population growth and we look at the number of units handing over in the market and the planned number of units, we don't see oversupply word over here. But demand and supply should not be taken like as a generic term, or cannot be applied as a general term all over the market, all over Dubai. Because if you look at the luxury segment of the market, that is supremely undersupplied. No, undersupply is not the right word to justify it. So because of the type of people who are coming to Dubai, millionaires, centimillionaires, certain billionaires, they are looking for properties that are not available. So luxury segment is extremely undersupplied. However, in the entry side of the market, there might be some extra supply that coming in. So we can only answer that question when we look at the demographics. Is the population growing with the same assumption? If the statistics of population are keep on growing, we need more housing. Our housing, whatever is available and whatever is in the pipeline, is definitely not enough.
Right. Now I want to know the secret. What are the projects you're looking at, or what you can advise?
Well, I will quote a specific person here. This is not my word, but he says that an opportunity is an opportunity when it is no longer known to anyone. But it is not an opportunity when it is known to everyone. Right. So when it comes to an opportunity in real estate in this market, I believe that one should look where the government is betting the money. Right. Now and in the next decade or 2 decades. This is where the opportunity will be. Because if the government is betting the money in a certain location, right, that by sure is an opportunity. Right. Well, let's look at Dubai. The way Dubai has evolved over the period of 2 decades. We have a strip that starts from Jumeirah Beach, goes from downtown, goes all the way up to the valley. Right. That is a developed strip with different master developments. Right. Then we have a second strip, which again starts from Burj Al Arab Strip, Palm Jumeirah, Marina, JBR, JLT, Jumeirah Park, Jumeirah Village Triangle, JGE, and then goes all the way back until you cross Talal Al Gulf and goes until Damakils 2, and they just match near the valley. Now, if we look at the way the government is betting the money, is in the southern part of Dubai. The southern part of Dubai is actually extremely near Abu Dhabi as well. It's literally like the border of Dubai towards Abu Dhabi. So the government is investing hefty in that part of the city. So in my opinion, there is a lot of opportunity in that area. But again, when I say about opportunity, one should realize that they should invest in an asset class which is undersupplied in real estate. You should not buy something that is coming in bulk. Because, for example, let's say you're buying an apartment. When you're buying an apartment, you should choose a developer or a building or a quality that's not in abundant supply. So that at any point in time when you have to exit the market, you have the least amount of competition. And same thing applies to the villa community. When you're buying a villa, is it a beachfront? Is it an inland development? It is a water view inland development or a golf course view? For example, there is a new development. I would not take the name for the marketing sake, but there is a new development coming in Dubai South. I'm sure maybe 95% of the people out there, they don't know about it.
Which one is it?
Again, because of being on the video, but that developer is from the US. They develop luxury golf course living. They are so exclusive that I was talking to the CFO of the group, and they said that we are so exclusive and so unique in our product category that we even know the name of the pets and name of the kids of our clients. We are so exclusive. So when you are investing in an opportunity in any area, you should make sure that you're investing in an asset in your budget that is unique in certain sense. That's one thing. The second thing is that whenever you want to make money, there are 2 ways in real estate. You're either an investor who made the money and then exit, making a premium, But if you're an investor who wants to make a long-term sustained money, buy a product that has a sustained end user interest.
Right.
I will repeat this word again. Buy a product that has sustained end user interest. If a product is more end user friendly,
right,
the product will always have occupancy, no matter whatever the market cycle we are in. Which means that a person who owns in that category will always make money.
Interesting. Saliq, you gave me a lot of information today. I have one last question from you to leave you because I know you're busy. Are you hiring?
Yes, we do. We actually are expanding now. We are increasing our office space continuously. And yes, we do hire. We ideally want an agent who have at least 1 year of experience in the market. That's the least amount. However, even something which is more important than the experience is the agent should be hungry and should be curious.
So where they can apply?
They can simply go to their email, admin@eplogproperties.com, and they can submit their cover letter and their CV.
So Saliq, my question is now, what if someone has no experience?
Well, I want everyone to be better than me. I don't want them to benchmark me. But if someone has no experience, the only thing that I would want in them is hunger and curiosity. Because if someone is hungry and is curious, I can teach him all the skills, whatever I know. And in fact, we both can learn together a skill. But if someone is not hungry, it becomes so much difficult to teach them. It's so difficult.
Thank you, Saliq, for being in our show. And it was pleasure. And it's always good to discuss a lot of real estate topics and learn more from you, man.
Thank you, Waqas.
So viewers, it was Saliq, founder and CEO of Eplog Properties, was with me today in my show. And of course, we got a lot of information about real estate market, about him. And now we have more upcoming videos, which will be about real estate, about different topics, by the way. So if you want to listen those topics, or if you want to follow us, you have our channel, which is Eplog Properties YouTube channel. Follow us, like us, subscribe us. Thank you.